The United States started as 13 loosely connected colonies, and today the EU is 27 loosely connected states. The stories aren't identical, but the pattern is similar. America's first government, the Articles of Confederation, was weak. States held almost all the power, the federal government couldn't enforce its laws. The EU's government, the European Commission, and Parliament is also weak. Nations hold almost all the power. The European Commission can't tax, raise an army, or direct foreign policy. And then came America's crisis, the Whiskey Rebellion. A tax protest turned violent. The US government couldn't respond effectively, and it became clear the system couldn't survive. Today, Europe faces a crisis, the Russian invasion. The European Commission and Parliament are not able to respond effectively, and it's clear the system may not survive. And follow for more cultural analysis at culturalperspective.com. America's solution was to replace the Articles of Confederation with the Constitution. 13 colonies became one federal nation with a strong central government. And this is what made it possible for the US to become a global superpower. The EU is standing at the same crossroads. Surveys show 70% of young Europeans identify as European, not just French, German, or Italian. A shared identity is emerging, just as Americans began to see themselves as American, not Virginians or Rhode Islanders. And like early America, Europe is slowly building federal structures. The Rearm Europe plan, a rapid deployment force under EU command, all of these early steps towards what one day could become a EU army. But there are, of course, differences. America had one language and one emerging culture. Europe has dozens of languages and different cultures. And America wanted to become a single nation. The EU still insists it doesn't. But every crisis forces the European Union closer together. Integration may not be a choice, it may be a necessity of survival, just as it was for the US. The US became a superpower by uniting, and the EU's next move could decide whether it rises or fails. And what do you think? Should Europe follow America's path or stay just a loose alliance?